know, I'm often trying to think about what I expect this environment to be in 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, because crystal balls are hard to come by. You know, you have to start projecting through some scenarios. You know, so as as I look at, we know that content is going to be more and more content is going to be discoverable. It's going to be marked up. It's going to be more playful than it is today. You know, and the devices of how we use. I thought one of the insightful comments today was, ebooks aren't about ebooks, they're about the device. You know, people associate the device about it, and just how much the device has changed in the last 18 months. You know, as somebody who studies how technology changes, you know, right now, I can't, you can imagine, they're thinner, they're faster, they fold, you have to look at Star Trek or some of these movies to get some ideas of the futuring of how some of this is going to play out, and then say, well, if everything is on the device, what's the role of the librarian, or what's is there a role for aggregators? What's the role of publishers? What's the role of scholars?
Part of it is the device has a very shorter time lifespan.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. No, the shelf life right now of some of this technology is,
what, a year?
A year and a half, something like that. Because it's right now we're following the trajectory of telephony. That's where all the innovation in this space is really occurring. The mobile devices, the ubiquity of network connections.
And ebooks are so tied to that device that that's the biggest problem.
And we really haven't come up with just one device. I was reading an article in the other day, and we're moving in this direction. We're supposed to eventually just have one device. Everything's going to be on that device. It hasn't happened yet.
No, but I'm thinking that's not going to happen. I think it's not about the device. It's about, right now I think it's ePub. Okay, ePub is the standard that is really, in my view, charting the course. You could argue PDF as well. Between PDF and ePub, you can look at both of those on just about every device right now. I think, in the short term, what Amazon does is really going to be key. How they are able to get away from their own proprietary kind of thinking, because their price point, what they're doing with their devices is hitting a great price point that Apple won't be able to get at, and probably. So we need to open up from a standard standpoint so that it doesn't matter whether you're using a Kindle or an iPad or a Sony device or a Microsoft device. It doesn't matter.
That all needs to be integrated as well.
Well, that's a different, the network of relationships of things is complicated, because you have many devices that represent who you are. You've got a phone that might be a smartphone. You've got a tablet. You've got a PC. You might have two. You have network resources that are a part of who you are at home. You have network resources that are a part of who you are at work. So it's complicated. We have end users that their home base is at one institution. They're visiting at another. They have a public library that they use, and they consult for 3M, which has access to yet a different set of resources. What is their identity? We're going to see more of that kind of thing, and we're ill prepared to handle that today.
Tim, we want to thank you.
Thank you. This has been fun.
And talking to us here in the Penthouse. We've enjoyed it. We've learned a lot.